Hello everyone and welcome to the new WebG crash course of Dreamacademia. So today will be the first lecture on maths maybe, and I will be doing the questions on relation, functions, domain and range. This would be our first subtopic from the part of differential calculus, and along with that you will also be doing other subjects. So let's get started without any further ado. Okay, so first I will discuss a bit of theory with you, and then I will do few questions, and some questions are also from your previous year WebG papers. Okay, so first take a quick review of the theory. Now you say uh, we will be doing questions on relation, functions, domain and range. So first, if you have to find the domain of a composite function, like you have been given two functions f of x and g of x, such that the domain of f of x is df and the domain of g of x is dg. Now, if you have to find the domain of f plus minus gx, that is f of x plus f of x plus g of x, then you have to just take the intersection of the both the domains. Okay, similarly, if you have to find the product of the two functions, then you will be taking again the intersection. And if you have to find, if you are being given in the division form f of x by g of x, then also you have to take the intersection, and from the domain of g you have to remove all such values of x where g of x is 0, because otherwise this would be undefined. Okay, good. Now, one more thing, odd and even functions. We will be doing one question on this also. So, what is an odd function? Odd function is that if f of minus x equals to minus f of x, then the function is odd. And if f of minus x equals to f of x, then your function is even. Okay, your function is even. And here, f of minus x equals to minus f of x, then your function is odd. If you have to tell graphically, then from the graph you can see that this is for odd function. Wait, yeah. So this graph is for odd function. For odd function, what happens? The graph is symmetrical about the origin. See, the graph is symmetrical. Okay. Example is y is equals to x cubed. And in case of an even function, the graph is symmetrical about the y-axis. Example is y is equals to x squared. So this is the basic thing about odd and even functions. So the first question is on relations, okay, which had come in November 2018. So what does it say? It says that on R, that is on the real numbers, R is real numbers, set of real numbers. On R, a relation P is defined by x is related to y if and only if x minus y is 0 or irrational. So how we will do? First we will check for each of symmetric, reflexive and transitive. Okay. So first we will check for symmetric. First we will check for reflexive, that x comma x minus x equals to 0. So this is reflexive. Relation is reflexive. Next is symmetry. If x comma y is related by the relation P, then we have to check for y comma x. Okay. Now suppose x minus y is some irrational number k, then y minus x is also y minus x will be minus k. If this is irrational, then this is also irrational. Okay. So it is symmetric. Now for transitive. Okay. So for transitive, we have to check. We have been given x comma y, y comma z. We have to check for x comma z. Now suppose x minus y is equals to k1, some irrational number, and y minus z equals to k2, some other irrational number, where k1 and k2 are irrational numbers. Then if I add these two equations, y will be cancelled and x minus z is equals to k1 plus k2, which may be rational. May be rational. Okay, why? See one example. Quick example. Okay, see the example. Suppose I have k1 is equals to 2 plus root 3 and k2 equals to 2 minus root 3. And what would be the sum? K1 plus k2? 4, which is not irrational. So it is not transitive. Okay, not transitive. Therefore, my relation is reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. So this would be not an equivalence relation. This option B is also false. Option C. P is reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. This is a one single choice question, not multiple choice question. So this is option C. Okay. Okay, next question. This is also a question on relations because you can see that in 2018 it came, 2019 it came, so 2020 also it came. So one question from relation comes. The relation is an important topic, very easy topic. Okay. Now what is this question saying that if let the relation P be defined on R, again on R set of real numbers, as A is related to B if and only if, this is I double F is if and only if 1 plus AB is greater than 0. 1 plus AB is greater than 0. So again I will check for first for reflexive, that is A comma A, 1 plus A square. So this is always positive, A square is positive, plus 1 is positive, always greater than 0. So this is reflexive. Now for symmetric. A comma B is given to me. I have to see for B comma A. So 1 plus AB is greater than 0 given. Then of course 1 plus B is greater than 0 because AB equals to BA, commutative. AB equals to BA, commutative. Multiplication is a commutative property. Okay. So this is also correct. Now I have to check for the main thing, which is transitive. Okay. Now we will do the transitive. Okay, now we will see for transitive. So for transitive, what you have to check, like if you have been given A, B and B, C, then you have to check whether A comma C is satisfying the given relation or not. Okay, now for the first one I can write 1 plus AB greater than 0, and for the next one I will write 1 plus BC greater than 0. Okay, now suppose you see if A is suppose greater than 0 or A is less than 0, anything, but suppose your B is equals to 0. Okay, and in this case also, so if B is 0 then 1, this equation will give me 1 and 1 is greater than 0. Again from here we are getting B is equals to 0 and C is something greater than 0 or less than 0, we don't know. So over here also this is satisfied. B and 1 plus B and 1 plus B into C is greater than 0 is satisfied. Okay. Now in the third condition, suppose I have 1 plus AC greater than 0, and suppose I have this possibility, I can have A positive and B 0, or I can have A negative and D 0. From the next one, I can have B 0 and C positive, or D 0 and C negative. Now suppose from these two, I have A positive and C negative, or A negative and C positive. That means I have opposite signs for A and C. Then this equation will not be satisfied. 1 minus some negative quantity, 1 minus some quantity will be negative, because you can see that these A, B, C, all these are real numbers. Okay. So in this, there can be some condition, like if I take minus 2, 0 and 0, 1, then this won't be satisfying the relation. For a relation, if all the values of A and B and C are satisfied, only then you can say that your relation is transitive. Any value from the set of real numbers. But I can see that this particular condition, when I will take values like this of opposite signs for A and C, this won't be satisfied. So my relation won't be transitive. Okay. So what will be the option? Option number D is the correct option. Okay. Okay. Now we will do questions on domain. Now see. Uh, Suppose over here I have log. This is the question. Log के अंदर कुछ भी ले लो. Anything you take inside log, it should be positive, because log is only operational on positive values. So log 4, log 2, log half. This entire thing must be positive. Log 8, log something base 8. This something should be positive. Okay. So if you can see that if you take 4 to the power 0, then log 2 of log half of x would be greater than 1. So log half of x would be greater than 2 to the power 1. Log half, log x base half is greater than 2. Now if you know that if the base is fraction, then the sign gets reversed. So x is less than 2 to the power half. Sorry, x is less than half to half square, that is equals to 1 by 4. So from here I am getting that x is less than 1 by 4. But over here you see the value of x cannot be less than 0, because this is also inside a log, that is log x plus half. So another condition would be from here, x is greater than 0. So x is greater than 0 and x is less than 1 by 4. So x belongs to 0 to 1 by 4. This is your answer. I have not given the options. In the exam, your options would be given. And mind it that if it is strictly less than 1 by 4, so the bracket would be a open interval, not a closed interval bracket. Okay. Fine. Next question. Okay. Now, this is on the application of inverse trigonometry as well as log. Okay. So first you will be seeing that this is under a log. So x square by 2 is always positive. So even if you take negative values of x, it won't matter. Okay. Now I will see the outer function, that is cos inverse. Cos inverse के अंदर ये पूरा का पूरा फंक्शन है. तो cos inverse का वैल्यू, cos inverse x का जो cos inverse x में जो x होता है that would be always between 1 and -1 inverse trigonometry. So log 2 x square by 2 would be between 1 and -1, not strictly less than, good, less than equal to, greater than equal to. So if I take log on both sides, and since this is not a fraction, fractional value, so the sign would be same, sign would be retained. So x square by 2 will be less than equals to 2 and greater than equal to half. Okay, so x square would be multiplied to on the entire equation by 2 multiplied, then it would be like this. Now from here I will be having two parts, एक तो ये वाला condition और एक ये वाला condition. So break it into two parts, then x square is less than equals to 4, then x would be between 4 and -4. Okay, so sorry, x would be between 2 and -2. So from here x belongs to -2 to 2. And from the other inequality, I will be getting mod x is greater than equals to 1, which means x is less than equals to -1 and x is greater than equals to 1. Now if I draw the real axis and I will apply wavy curve method for taking the intersection, because you have to take the intersection of this and this range, this domain and this domain. So it would be 2, -2, -1, 1 and 0. The first one is telling that x is lying between -2 to 2, including both inclusive, -2 and 2 both inclusive. And here it is saying that it is less than equals to -1. So from -1 to -infinity and greater than equals to 1. So 1 to infinity. Now if I take the intersection, if I'm taking the intersection, I will be getting x belongs to -2 to -1, both inclusive. So close bracket in union 1 to 2. Okay, so this would be my answer. Okay, next question. Next question is you have been given, C, it is a sum of two functions. So suppose this one is f of x and this one is g of x. Okay, first I will solve f of x. Okay, now sin x का जो range होता है, sin x lies between 1 and -1. Okay, now if I take cos, and cos is a decreasing function, so the sign will again be reversed. This would lie between, okay, now for this you need to understand the graph. See, cos x जो होता है ना, this is the graph of cos x from -π/2 to π/2. Now I have 1. 1 is always less than π/2 because π/2 is 3.14 by 2, which is approximately 1.57. Also -1 would be right, would be less than -π/2. Now when it is 1, okay, it is 1. This point over here would be 1 cos of 1. So cos of 1. This would be cos of 1 and cos of -1, because your sign would be reversed because your cos is a decreasing function. Okay. So you are getting like this, and at -1 you can see this would be the value of cos of minus 1 at this point, and this one, this line is y equals to 1. So the value of, if I join these two, the value of cos of minus 1 is less than equals to 1. Yes or no? Because ये cos of minus 1 है इधर यहाँ पे, and this is, it is less than y equals to 1. So cos of sin x would be lying between 1 and cos of. So this part of the graph. Okay, this part of the graph. This is cos of 1 and this is 1. So this part of the graph. So cos of sin x belongs to R. Is real. So since this is real for all values of x, so x will belongs to R, and this would be the D1 or DF. Okay, now next, so I have to check for the next function, that is sine inverse of x to the power 4, sine inverse of x to the power 4 plus 1 by 2x square. Now if I check this, how you will find it? Since it is inside sine inverse, so this would be lying between 1 and minus 1. So you can see very clearly that this entire function, ये पूरा का पूरा function positive है, because x to the power 4 is positive, 1 is positive, divided by x square is positive. So x to the power 4 plus 1 by 2x square is less than equals to 1. ये जो mod ले लिया मैंने, क्योंकि minus mod open हो जाएगा तो minus 1 से 1 हो जाएगा, and this is, since this is positive, I will open the mod like this. Sorry. Okay. Now cross multiply. If this is positive, you can cross multiply. So x to the power 4 plus 1 minus 2x square is less than equals to 0, and this would be x minus 1, sorry, x square minus 1 ka whole square less than equals to 0. Now this won't be less than 0 because this is a positive, this is a whole square. So this would be x square plus 1 would be equals to 0 because this is a whole square. So x square would be equals to 1 and x would be equals to plus minus 1. Now this is domain of G. Now we have read in theory that if you have two domains D1 and D2, then you have to take the intersection, and here it is coming all real numbers, and over here it is coming only plus minus 1. So your domain would be only plus minus 1, and plus 1. So option number C. Okay. Okay, now next question is on range, because we have done a lot of questions on domain, and rest you will practice. This is a question on range. Now cos inverse of box x. Box x is what? GIF. GIF means greatest integer fraction. Function, greatest integer function, GIF. Okay, this box. So since it is cos inverse x, so box x will be lying between 1 and minus 1. So what will be the possible values? Box is x means greatest integer function, so this will only have integer values. Okay, it can take only integer values. So it would be equals to, what are the integers between minus 1 and 1? Minus 1, 0 and 1, 3 integers. So just put it, cos inverse minus 1, that is pi, cos inverse 0, that is pi by 2, and cos inverse 1, that is 0. So your range would be, f of x would be 0, pi by 2 and 5. But this is the answer. Fine. Now next question. Okay, this is a very good question, very tricky question. थोड़ा सा आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. देखिए, आपको इसका रेंज फाइंड करना है. सो हाउ आई विल डू दिस? आई विल अप्लाई m greater than equals to 0. Okay. If I do this, then what it would be? This plus this by 2 would be greater than equal to under root of, इन दोनों का प्रोडक्ट करोगे तो 1 by mod sin x into mod cos x आ जाएगा. दैट वुड बी 1 by sin x cos x, और आप ऊपर से भी, ऊपर और नीचे दोनों पे ये ऐसे 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो. ओके, सो इट वुड बी 2 sin 2x, isn't it? 2 by sin 2x. So it will be 2 cosec 2x. Okay. Now, cosec x का ग्राफ अगर आपको पता है तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि cosec का ग्राफ ऑलवेज ये y इक्वल्स टू 1 लाइन के ऊपर जाता है ऑलवेज, और इधर -1 से नीचे जाता है. तो ऐसा होता है cos x का ग्राफ. तो अगर आपने इधर ऐसे कर लिया तो आप ऐसे लिख सकते हो कि whatever my f of x would be by 2 would be greater than equals to 2 into 1, because cosec x is always greater than equals to 1. Okay. So this would be the inequality would be like this. So f of x, आपका जो f of x, that would be greater than equals to 2 root 2. Fine. So what would be the range? The range would be, it is greater than equal to. Okay, it is not strictly greater than, it is greater than equal to. So it would be from 2 root 2 to infinity. So option number A. Fine. Option A. Yes. Okay. Now this is a very common question which comes. This is very easy also, but this is a very important question. It can come. Okay. So for this types of equations or questions, you have to take y equals to x by 1 plus x square. Then you multiply, cross multiply it. Okay, it will be y plus x square y equals to x. Now bring x on this side, x square y minus x plus y equals to 0. Now as you can see, this is a quadratic equation. I will be taking y as a constant in this case. Okay, so see how it will be done. So if I take the x, Okay, so now this equation will give me real roots. So what will be the discriminant? Discriminant will be under root b square minus 4y square. Okay, now in this question, one thing must be mentioned, which is not mentioned, that x is real. So if x is real, then my discriminant should be a real number, otherwise I will not get real roots. If discriminant is negative, then my roots won't be real, right? So 1 minus 4y square must be greater than or equal to, it can be 0 as well, greater than equal to 0. So 4y square is less than equals to 1. So mod y is less than equals to 1 by 2. So y belongs to minus half to half. Okay, so this is the solution. X is real, so discriminant d should be greater than equal to 0. Fine. Okay. Last question. Determine whether f of x is odd or even. So I have said that if you have to check whether it is odd or even, then you have to put f of x, f of minus x. Check for f of minus x. If it comes out to be f of x, then it is even. If it comes out to be minus f of x, then it is odd. So just you have to put minus x in place of x in this equation. Okay. Minus x square is x square. Now, what about this? This is, you cannot judge from here because it is neither odd nor even. So what I will do? I will rationalize that. Okay. कैसे करना पड़ता है देखो. I will multiply both the numerator and the denominator by under root 1 plus x square 1 plus x square plus x. Okay. Both the numerator and the denominator. Now you see, it would be a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square, and log of 1 by x is minus log x, so minus log under root 1 plus x square plus x. So this is minus f of x. So my function is odd. Okay. Okay, so this was for today. We have practiced 9 questions, and apart from that also you please keep on practicing on your own. And again we will be meeting in the next lecture with some new topics. Okay, thank you.